I want to start this video with a disclaimer. Some heavy material is going to be discussed, including the loss of life, and some uncomfortable reactions to it. Although the deceased has been accused of heinous crimes, I will refrain from bringing up my personal opinion on Donald Slidell Jr. in this video, as it would be in poor taste. Viewer discretion is advised. Let's get to the video.
Officers say they heard about a shooting around Montgomery, just east of San Pedro, around 3:30 this afternoon.
Reports of a shooting. Investigators say that an elderly mother and her two adult children were in their car in a church parking lot when they were attacked by a man with a gun.
Police say two people, including the suspect, were shot to death. A third person was also shot and taken to the hospital.
The man shot the son and the mother while the daughter was able to get away. The suspect took their vehicle and fled the scene.
Then they say a car crashed in the area and there was a second shooting.
The son died from his injuries while the mother was transported to the hospital. The situation then escalated and the security guard shot the suspect, killing him.
March 11th, 2025, around 3 in the morning, a tragedy took place on the streets of Albuquerque, New Mexico. A crime would occur, with the Slidell family the victims of a violent carjacking. The suspect was armed, and in the family car, the Slidells were fast asleep. Donald Slidell Jr., Brotherchu, lost his life in the initial struggle, and Marie, his mother, would receive broken bones in the face and jaw. The first we heard about this incident came from Tophiachu herself, who managed to get out of the car before the suspect drove off, with Mamachu and Brotherchu inside. I must warn you that what you are going to hear is disturbing.
Oh my god, guys! Oh my god, my family was shot! They killed my brother! My brother's dead! Oh my god, my mom, he took the car! He stole the car and he got out! I said, get out, and I didn't think my mom... Oh my god! My brother looked dead! Help me! Why? Why did people on the internet? Oh my god! No! Why? I have nobody! Why did they do this? You guys, I don't know. My mom might be dead. I should have never left her in the car. I'm sorry. I freaked out because he was trying to take the car. My brother looked dead. Oh my god. Hey guys. I know it was advised not to post anything, but I want to keep you updated. From the article that I got, I'm still waiting to talk to detectives. I don't know if my mom or my brother are alive, but I'm not talking to anyone right now, only people that I really trust, so I'm sorry if I don't respond to you. I'm going through a lot. Please stay safe, guys. Tell your loved ones you love them. Hug them. You know, I don't know how I'm gonna live without my mom, my brother, or my dad, because he won't take this kind. I can't process living without them. I don't know what's going on, but please, stay safe. Take care of each other, please.
The suspect would drive off in the family's car, climbing on top of Donald's body with Marie still inside. The suspect crashed the vehicle near an apartment complex in the area and got into a shootout with a security guard, ending with the suspect's death. Marie was rushed to the hospital and Donald was declared dead at the scene. In days just after this incident, a lot of information was uncertain, but what was nearly a unanimous sentiment among all onlookers was the hope that, in the wake of this tragedy, this would be the wake-up call Tophia needed to turn her life around and take responsibility so her and her mother would never be in the situation where they are vulnerable to the dangers of being homeless again. Friends of Donald would put a GoFundMe up for the funeral costs, which quickly gained a lot of support. Tophia would post another update.
So I just want to update y'all on the GoFundMe. My brother's friend started. Someone said that they had a large YouTuber share it. Thank you. I didn't share it because yesterday was the first time that I visited my mom, that I was able to see her. I'm sorry, a lot is going on. It's a lot to process. You know? I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying not to be emotional. You know, I'm trying to hold it in. Because I don't want to cry too much. But thank you all for your support. And yes, I know he started it. If you want to donate to that, you can. But my personal GoFundMe will be made for any extra expenses that I need. Everyone's helping bring money together, but you know, everyone's helping to put money together. And as you know, there's so much expenses. We're going to have help with my mom's medical bills, and some of the funeral expenses. But you know, it's so much more. It's rebuilding, possibly getting a car, learning to drive, so I can take my mom. I don't even know how to navigate anymore. I just want to come on here and say something, and I know I don't owe anyone an explanation, but it's really making me angry. What is a man trying to carjack me, unalive my brother right in front of me, to carjack my car and steal my car? I don't understand why people are saying it's my fault. Gun violence happens every day, and people are unalived every day because nobody cares. It's so messed up. You know, I tried so hard to stay away from those negative comments, but that comment section is so nasty. To have the nerve to blame me for something. It was the wrong place, wrong time. And I wish we was never there. I never wanted cash apps. I never wanted help. For people to say that I'm taking people's money, it literally notifies people on Cash App when it fails to go through. So for me saying, like, if it fails to go through, send it to my PayPal, they've already gotten their money back because, you know, it fails to go through. He jumped in the driver's seat. He jumped in the driver's seat and sat on my dead brother and took off. He didn't even have no remorse, as if life wasn't beating me down already. You know, I kept telling everybody, I said, it's not safe out here. Help, help. You know, I don't want to be rude, but now everybody wants to be like, it's too far now. Why did my brother have to die for anybody to care? My brother should be dead.
Tophiachu to this day maintains the belief that everything that's happened to her and her family is the internet's fault for not caring soon enough to lift the family out of homelessness, as opposed to the conditions they lived in that she is partially responsible for. Since the incident, she has been involved in more beefs than ever in recent history, including with a minor about K-pop, and she's going after anyone remotely critical of her in the same way her detractors talk about her, as if she's just trying to lash out. All of this before anything has been done for Donald's funeral. But I get ahead of myself. As you'll see throughout this video, Donald's death has almost immediately become Tophia's latest reason to never get a job. Speaking of beef, Squid, the house cleaner who initially exposed Tophia's rancid living conditions at the long-stay motel, alluded to Tophia having something to do with the attack on her family, to which she received a lot of backlash from in the comments. Instead of admitting wrong, Squid continued to double down, losing what favor she had with the Tophiachu community and honestly making a fool out of herself. Tophia would make a few responses to Squid's comments, including what you see on screen, and Tophia would bring up everything she could think of from the past, including Squid's statement at the end of her initial run of Tophia content that she was done making videos about Tophia. Since the incident, Tophia had an incredible spike in support from her viewers, the GoFundMe receiving upwards of $10,000, and Tophia making an unspecified amount of money from donations to her Cash App. This goodwill Tophia had garnered began to run out when she was spotted with bags full of clothes from Ross.
That's fucking Tophia. I just done fucking saw Tophia!
It had been weeks since the incident, and Donald had still yet to receive a proper funeral. People had already been on Tophia about potentially misusing the funds from the GoFundMe. And it wouldn't be the first time she'd done just that in the aftermath of a family emergency. It's arguably one of the major reasons the family was out on the streets in the first place.
So I want to make something abundantly clear. Do not be harassing, and I know the Reddit is trying to get together with the guy that's running the GoFundMe. First of all, he has access to the GoFundMe, I don't. So if you want to have any meetings, because I am so freaking tired of this, if you want to have any meetings with someone who is helping me, you are harassing. And if you do not stop the harassment, I will be forced to have to take this to the police for my own safety, because I'm sick and tired of people, which I heard that the Reddit is trying to talk to whoever about mishandling of money. I don't have access to that money yet. The person who ran the GoFundMe has access to it. And I am sick and tired of you guys trying to harass people that's helping me. Continue with the harassment, and it's not that hard to find your guys' information and report you to the police. Because I am not going through this anymore. I had to think about I am so sick and tired of people trying to be in my business about what money I spend. First of all, any food that I have ever bought came from a Grubhub gift card. After that, it came from the cash apps people send me. I have a right to eat. I'm a human being. If I starve myself, I can possibly pass away from not eating. So I'm so sick and tired of people telling me I have no right to eat. Second of all, it's none of your business what I spend any money on, considering the fact that I have no access to any funds that were raised by my brother's friends yet until I don't have to come on the internet tell you when I plan my brother's funeral or nothing. Nobody needs to be in my business because you want to show up and cause problems. I am not going to let you show up anywhere and start causing problems, start taking videos and start filming. Trolls will not be allowed anywhere. You won't know until months, maybe even years after if I plan anything. It's none of your business. The only person who needs to have access to any of that information is a person who has a GoFundMe. For you guys trying to say, well, we need to get in contact with the person about mishandling money, you continue, and I will report you to the police for harassment. And trust me, because of the situation, they will take this very seriously. If you think nothing's going to get done, well, something's going to get done right then and right now, because I am so sick and tired. Leave people alone. This is your last warning. I've already got people's information from Reddit to provide to the police. I'm already going to provide it to the police because I'm not playing these games. Stop harassing people. Leave them alone. You don't need to know where any money is going anywhere. It's none of your business. Maybe worry about yourselves. Don't worry about me anymore. You continue, then you're going to start receiving problems. And not illegal problems, because I'm going to go the legal way. If you don't want police showing up to your job, because I'll make sure police show up to your job, just so your job knows what you're doing, or your house, I would suggest you leave me alone. Enough is enough. I've already had enough. I already wish that I could bring my brother back. I can't bring him back. He's dead. I'm so sick and tired of people piling shit on me and then accusing me of shit and saying that I'm mishandling money just because I'm not speaking. I'm not giving anyone personal information you don't need to know. I don't have to speak. I don't have to tell you. I don't have to talk. I don't have to update you on nothing. It's none of your business. I've already been through enough. Leave me alone. This is the last time I'm going to ask for this. Leave me alone. I'm sick of it. Leave me alone.
Even now, after watching Tophia for so long, it still baffles me as to why she feels she is above reproach with the money people donate to her. If we look to the past, it's because she spends it all on frivolous things, clothes, makeup, expensive DoorDash orders, and she doesn't want to receive flack because she didn't spend the money on what she promised she would. With all this in mind, Tophia's recent influx of funds is suspicious, especially after factoring in her history with GoFundMe specifically. I suppose it's possible the police have given her some money for food. I find it very unlikely. Perhaps someone with more police experience than me can comment below if this is something the police would do. Money from the GoFundMe would begin to drain away as well. Whether this is from people wanting their money back or because the creator of the GoFundMe was withdrawing some of it, who can say? Suspicion that Tophia is the one who actually created the GoFundMe was on the rise, and her actions did anything but paint her in a good light. A eulogy for Donald would finally be held by his friends, Mamachu managing to attend despite recovering from her injuries. Yet there was still no funeral. Onlookers would call the funeral home that was hosting Donald's remains, pretending to be his family members, only to discover that Donald had been cremated by the state. After this information was made public, Tophia would make another response, where we would learn a lot more about her financial intentions and the GoFundMe as well, and Tophia's inability to not hypocritically beef with anyone that dares criticize her actions.
Hi, welcome. I haven't been able to make videos because the place that I'm at doesn't allow videos, so I have to go outside. But I need to address this because I'm so sick and tired of people thinking that it's normal for people on Reddit to contact the morgue with my brother's information, pretend to be his family, and then spread lies and misinformation on the internet about me scamming people out of a GoFundMe I don't have access to. I don't know how many times I have to scream or yell or, get it through people's heads. Maybe someone, I don't know, I need to scream in your ears. Some of you guys need to clean out your ears with Q-tips before you start running your mouth, because how am I scamming people out of a GoFundMe I don't have? Do you know that the GoFundMe is stuck in the process session that is processing, that I can't even set up an appointment to bury my brother because people wanted to report it? Oh, whoops. That's why my brother hasn't been buried. Let's talk about that, because my brother hasn't been buried because now it's stuck in processing. Do you know that it takes 14 to 17 days for cremation? and that people pretended to be his family just so they could say he's cremated and I'm not doing anything with the money. So let's talk about the money I spent at Ross and TJ Maxx's. People want to be in my business and pocket watch. You know, I want to say F-U-C-K-E-N, but I can't cuss because TikTok will take this down. So let me show you, because since you want to be nosy, you know, my mom's family is probably going to yell at me for this video. I don't care, but it needs to be addressed. So I'm going to make this video. Do you see this lovely little card that was condolences for my mom's family? This lovely little card had $300 in it. You know where the $300 went? To Ross and TJ Maxx. You know why? Because I needed pajamas that I didn't have to sleep in because I was sleeping in jeans. I only had one pajama that I bought from Walmart. On top of the stuff that I bought, I did go shopping at Walmart with a $200 gift card that the crime victims unit gave me, on top of a $500 gift card to Grubhub, which I can't find the receipts in Grubhub because it's disappeared. But I spent $500 of that gift card to Grubhub because people want to say, well, you bought Grubhub with what money? I didn't pay for any of that food with any money. It was given to me by the crime victims unit to buy food from Grubhub. Let's address this person, shall we? You see this person right here? Okay, so since you want to be a victim, okay, I can help you with the crime victims unit, right? And I could get you in touch with them and they can help you get DoorDash and all your needs met, right? Sorry, but there's like loud noises where I'm at. But anyways, let me tell you something. You want to be a victim so bad, I will let them know that you're a victim of eating too many Big Macs, okay? That's what you're a victim of. A victim of eating too many Big Macs. That double chin should say all that it needs to say. You want to sit here and tell me that I need to starve? Maybe you should start starving yourself. I am so sick and tired of people telling me that I'm supposed to starve. You know why they gave me a $500 Grubhub gift card? Because I was in a hotel room. I could cook, but I wanted to buy fast food because I was visiting my mom every day in the hospital and didn't have the energy to cook after I was just carjacked. Tried to be ripped out of a window, watched my brother get blasted, you know, pew-pewed in his head. He was missing an eye. I watched my brother die right before my eyes, but yeah, I'm supposed to somehow have the energy to get up and cook because people said so, and that I'm not supposed to use a gift card that was given to me. But okay, you wanted to bring up the fact that I'm scamming people by going to TJ Maxx and Ross. Maybe I have family on my mom's side that gave us money to be able to afford and buy the things that we need. So maybe stop pocket watching people and stop telling people how to spend money that was given to them. Because my mom's family gave us $300, and that $300 went to buy me bras, went to buy my mom bras because she needed it. Oh wait, I'm sorry, we don't need that. I don't even need underwear, to be honest with you. I'm not supposed to do that. Oh, I didn't need a cup. My cup is in storage, which it's very, very hard to get into storage for certain reasons.
Tophia would claim to spend a total of $800 in total at Ross and Grubhub combined. Her story about gift cards from the police is shaky at best. Even if they offered support, I really doubt that it would be a gift card for Grubhub. At the end there, she mentions a storage unit, which implies that Tophia and probably the rest of the Chu crew have a lot of stuff put away. Probably clothes included from the apartment in there, and instead of going to get her old wardrobe back, she decided to buy new clothes, spending money without a care. Even in this statement about the handling of donations from the community, she can't help herself and insult someone in ways that could easily be mirrored onto Tophia. Being mocked for her appearance is something Tophia has raged at the internet for in the past, and she possesses the mindset of, well, it's okay, as long as she's the one who does it. I also think it's ironic that Tophia easily has 100 pounds on the girl she was insulting for eating too many Big Macs. If anything, I'd harbor a bet here that Tophia's eaten more Big Macs than most of you listening. What's most disturbing about this is the way she talks about Brotherchu's death at this point. It's very casual. She even smiles and mocks some finger guns to her head. Grief can take on a number of forms, but given all we know about Tophia, this is just sick. Despite the tragedy that befell her, she takes heart in the fact that she now has the perfect excuse for her life of sloth for years to come.
So let's talk about that GoFundMe. That GoFundMe is started by my brother's friend, which you all know, Ryan. I didn't ask anyone to make a GoFundMe, and I am so thankful that they did. Now, with the GoFundMe that I didn't ask to be made, nor is it my GoFundMe, do I have access to it? No, he has access to it. He's going to go down to the cemetery once it processes and pay what needs to be paid after we set up an appointment so my brother can be buried. Yes, you know, it takes thousands of dollars to bury someone, and let's talk about what the state paid. The state paid for the service and the cremation. They did not pay for the burial because they pay only up to $6,000. You know what $6,000 is? That's for a service. Do you not know how much it is just for a service and cremation? Yeah, it was close to $6,000. So the thousands of other dollars, which is like 4,000 something, more than that probably. I don't know, when we get down there we'll see. To bury someone on top of that. So that's like a good $10,000 just for everything together. So I don't have like the money, right, to bury my brother because I was poor and sleeping out of a car, and I shouldn't have to come on here and make videos addressing this, but it is so depressing that people think I'm supposed to just get up and go get a job when I have trauma. You know, the lovely internet does not let people grieve in peace. Like, I'm supposed to just run, snap, hop, and jump and, you know, bury him when it takes 4 to 17 days for cremation. On top of that, I need to get my documentation, which is my birth certificate, and my ID, which my ID was stuck in the car, so I had to get a new ID because it's stuck in evidence. And on top of that, I had to get my birth certificate because it was stolen. And then on top of that, I have to get my social security card in order for me to be able to get a place and to have money to pay for a place to live. Oh, well, on top of doing what everyone else thinks I should do, hop, skip, run, and jump, because I'm supposed to snap when you say so.
I think there's no clearer example of her using Donald's passing for her own gain. The constant evolving excuses of misplaced paperwork and stolen socials just furthers my point. Tophia claims Donald's friend will use the GoFundMe for his funeral after all the processing is over. It's likely true that it's been reported as a scam and an investigation has been opened by GoFundMe. If she hadn't destroyed the goodwill she had by beefing online and blowing what little money her family has, then maybe this delay wouldn't have happened. But Tophia's good intentions for the GoFundMe will evaporate shortly. Along with the sighting of her shopping at Ross, Tophia would appear in her TikToks wearing makeup and showing off merchandise from the TikTok shop that was all allegedly already owned or given to her as part of a video deal. This only stoked the flames of the community's suspicion of mismanaged donations. Before the incident, videos like these were few and far between. Tophia, already rattled from the incident, would continue to crack under the pressure of her upset community of onlookers. She would make a number of wild, arguably unhinged claims. She accuses anyone making TikToks or other videos on her as profiting off of Donald's death. She alludes to the perpetrator of the incident potentially being a hitman or Squid's old stalker, and defends her attacking the dead relatives of her detractors, despite the fact that she is hounding her community to leave her own family alone and to have compassion for her. As you have already heard in this video, she is also using her new connections in law enforcement as a threat, like they're her personal attack squad, very Cyrax-like of Tophia. Recently, Tophia would post these thirst traps you see on screen, which made me very uncomfortable in the making of this video, adding to the growing number of comments accusing her of being callous in the wake of her brother's passing. Earlier this month, Tophia's narrative about the GoFundMe had changed dramatically.
People on the internet want to try to say that I'm misspending GoFundMe money. Yeah, I wasn't going to address this, but you know, it's something that leads me to believe you guys lack educational skills because you haven't read. How many times do I have to explain? It says in the GoFundMe that I'm supposed to get the money and that it's not only for my brother's funeral costs. And if you would have read carefully then if you knew the money was going to me, which, mind you, the people who are complaining are the ones that didn't donate. So why are you complaining when you're the ones that didn't donate? That's just me. Like, it's so crazy to me that even though you saw that the money was supposed to go to me, you still donated and then started complaining. Do you know how to read?
It's very telling the way she says she is supposed to get the money. Not her and her mother, not the family, just Tophia. If you've been following Toph for a while, this shouldn't come as a surprise, but it's still disgusting. I don't think Donald will ever get a funeral if Tophia has her way. If Donald's friends are really the ones in charge of the GoFundMe, I hope they know better than to let Tophia see a red cent before the funeral cost is paid for, after which anything left should probably go to Marie's medical care. But Tophia has made her intentions clear, and for the 1000th time, everyone donating to Tophia has been bamboozled once again. She does not, in fact, have good intentions. And that is where we are currently, folks. The GoFundMe's still up in the air, Tophia no longer pretending she isn't hungry to take it all. Mamachu has been released from the hospital, presumably staying with family, and Brotherchu remains unburied, cremated by the state, and I would not be surprised if he remains in that urn, tucked under the rest of the family's possessions inside a car. It's good to be back, everyone, and thank you for watching The Bazaar.